Hey everyone, and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake, and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/talesfromretail, where people who work in retail tell us their best and craziest stories they had while on the job. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some Reddit stories. People are so lazy these days. So for context, I work in a concession stand in a larger store in central London. And for various reasons, as a sale assistants, we are not allowed to sit down while we're on the shop floor. So this story happened a couple days ago. I was doing a long shift, so I had been in since 7 and wasn't leaving until 4. I spent most of the morning unpacking our delivery and going back and forth between our stockroom and the shop floor. So it's getting towards the end of my shift and my feet are a bit sore. So I go behind our till bench and squat down to have a drink, which is the most relief we can get. Now, our tills are open-ended, so customers can see me taking a tiny break. I'm just about to get up when I hear this woman say, "Excuse me?" M is me and A, annoying woman. "Excuse me, but I have been standing here for 15 minutes and no one has come over to help. Would you please get up and do your job?" Now, there were 4 other people on our shop floor, and it was fairly quiet, so I doubted that this was true, but I was adamant that I was going to be polite, etc. "Of course, ma'am. I'm so sorry about the wait. What can I help you with today?" She then proceeds to rattle off a list of items from candles and soaps to bed linen. I manage to catch most of what she wants and start to ask her the standard questions. "So, what kind of scents were you looking for the candles?" "I don't know, nice ones." "Well, we have about 15 scents at the moment. Would you like to try some to see if you like the scent?" "No, why would I want to do that? Just give me everything in a good scent." So, I pick our most popular and put it behind the counter, and show her some of the other things, and she picks out towels, baskets, some clothes, and some dinnerware. The last thing she wanted was bed linen, which is slightly detached from the rest of our section. I will say that by this point, I have asked a couple of people working to help me by wrapping and packing her items. "Ma'am, would you mind following me over to our bed linen area so you can choose exactly what you want?" Fine. "So we have a great range at the moment. Were you looking for a higher or lower thread count?" "Higher, of course. Why would you even buy the lower thread counts? Poor people, I guess." Now, I'm a bit shocked at this, but I show her what she wants, and she picks out our most expensive one. "That's a great choice. I really like the design here." "Of course it is. I picked it." Now, due to our limited floor space at the moment, we don't keep any of the largest size of bed linen on our shop floor. So, I will pass you over to my colleague for anything else that you need while I run up and grab anything you need from the stockroom. I will probably be about 10 minutes. Is that okay? "Fine, I guess, but please be quick. I'm quite important, you know." I rush to our stockroom and grab everything I need. It's quite a lot, so I use a wheeled basket to take everything back to the shop floor. When I get back, I find my customer yelling at my manager about the appalling service and how she has been mistreated, and everyone has been ignoring her and not being at all helpful. I approach carefully, apologize of the wait, and put her things on the till alongside the rest of her things. "Well, it took you long enough. Oh, and you bought a trolley as well. Was it too much for you to carry? Honestly, the absolute laziness of this generation astounds me. I have been waiting for you for nearly half an hour." She hadn't. I'd been gone maybe 7 minutes. "This is appalling customer service." She then turns to my manager. "I would like this girl fired. She is clearly incompetent at her job." "Ma'am, I'm incredibly sorry for anything that has happened to you." "Don't be sorry, fire her. She does not hold up the reputation of this store and does not deserve to work here." At this point, my close work friend has called security, and the woman goes into overload. "Why is she on the phone?" Pointing at my friend. "That is incredibly rude to be on the phone when a customer is talking to you." She then starts snapping her fingers to get my friend's attention. "Excuse me, can you please pay attention? I'm talking here." "Look at all of this. It's a disgrace. These aren't products I asked for." They were. And this lady here didn't even ask me what scented candles I wanted, she just assumed. She was also drinking on the job. I saw her put a bottle of clear liquid in that cupboard. Shocker, it was water. That was probably vodka. She seemed like a drunk. I will state here that I'm 18 and most definitely am not a drunk. And was sitting down. She clearly doesn't care about her job, so she should be fired. At this point, security showed up and asked her to follow them. No, I am not following anyone until this girl is fired. Fire her, she is horrible and disrespected me. At this point, security says she will need to come with them or the police will be called. Fine, but I hope you lose your job and end up like the homeless wretch you deserve to be. I don't know what happened to her, but my manager apologized to me and reassured me that he knew that I did everything I could for the customer that I was supposed to do, and then told me to go home early. To be honest, it is kinda true that only peasants use low thread counts on their bed linen. Like, how dare she even suggest that as an option? Finally went off on a customer, and totally got away with it. So, I worked part-time at a convenience store, while going to college on my GI Bill. Really, it's just to keep me busy while I'm not in school or gaming. We recently had 2 people quit, so my part-time hours for the last couple of weeks have been full-time, stretched between full-time school, full-time work, and full-time gaming. My days have become much more stressful than normal, and today I got a Karen in line. Behind her is a regular customer who I've waited on a million times. I was ringing her up, and she had too many items for our bag carousel, so I had to put some off to the side. When she turned to begin picking up her bags, some fell over onto the ground. I go to pick them up, but that's not enough for her. She demands that I give them to her for free, which I can't because I dropped paper towels and napkins. I explain that I can't since nothing broke, and she goes off on a tangent about how I was rude, threw her stuff on the ground, and this is why I'm clerking in a store and don't have a real job. I look around and see no one else besides my regular, so I lean in real close and go, "Hey lady, you're a bit of a dog, just so you know." She's flabbergasted, starts yelling and screaming for my manager, so I call him up. He listens and then asks me what happened. I tell him she began yelling, so I told her she was being rude, and never called her a dog. My manager says he knows me personally, and knows I would never do that. She points to the regular behind her and tells my manager that he heard it. The regular goes, "Voidjont didn't say anything like that, this lady is nuts." So, my manager tells her that since her transaction is over, she has to leave. She's red in the face at this point and storms outside, saying she's gonna fix my butt. I watch her go outside to make sure she isn't coming back with anything that could hurt me, but now she's screaming at her husband in the car. He comes in after a minute or so and apologizes to me, and says he knows how she can get and I should just ignore her. He apologizes for the trouble again and they leave. It's been the best day of my retail life. Wow guys, we're all sitting here listening to a legend. That is the first time I've ever heard of someone like that. He's living the dream right there. In case you weren't sure, checks for big gift cards are bad news. My wife came home from her break today with a fun story. She works as a freight crew and cashier for a local grocery store. This happened today. She heard the tail end of a transaction where someone bought $500 in gift cards from her co-worker. She comments to the other cashier, "Wow, did they actually have $500 cash?" The cashier says, "No, they paid with a check, which is basically the same, right?" Wife immediately pages a manager because her co-worker is an absolute idiot. Why is the other cashier an idiot, one might ask? Number one, we live in a high substance abuse area, which means people are always seeking out ways to get stuff for free, in order to spend more money on the substances. Number two, checks get cleared twice a week, meaning if it is not a legitimate check, they won't know. And by then, the gift card could have already been sold, spent, etc. So, the business is out of that money. Only managers are allowed to accept checks from customers. Number three, who buys a $500 gift card to a grocery store, in a region where $500 is the average monthly rent? The other cashier has been working there longer than my wife. There's no way they didn't already know this was a problem. I've got popcorn and eagerly await the finale on this situation. Any predictions? I'd take bets, but my state is pretty strict about that. I'm actually really excited on an update about that. I really want to hear like a story of them like running away, trying to catch this person who's got this $500 gift card. But guys, you'll have to wait for that. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.